Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world. Talk about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. Well, the day after the beatdown, and I don't feel any better about it. I'm looking back. I've watched a little bit of highlights. I don't have the game film just yet. I'll have it today, and I'll watch it, and then I'll talk about it tomorrow. But looking at the numbers, and looking at the highlights and looking at things that I didn't like, looking at plays that I didn't like. I watched the game over again, and man, Isaiah Pola-Mao had a rough game. Devin White had an awful game. Gino Smith had a terrible game. Stone Forsythe, not too bad. Not too bad. Jordan Meredith, pretty bad, right? Jack Besh, pretty good. Dante Thornton, not so good. Ashen Genty, pretty solid for what he was given. It's rough, man. It's really rough. You know, I can't help but think that maybe the contract situation of Jakobi Meyers is kind of sunken in. He's like, man, I'm in this team that's losing a lot. They don't want to pay me any money. What's going on here? He whiffed on a few blocks on some key downs, and I don't want to think that he's just kind of loafing it, but if you're a receiver and you're going to loaf, you're not going to loaf on routes because you want to get the ball. You're probably going to loaf on blocking. Now, I'm not saying he's doing it. I'm not saying he's not. All I'm saying is if you have the opportunity to look at the game over again, watch Jakobi Meyers and his run blocking. It's not great. It's not even good. Some of them are pretty bad. And this is the issue that we're running into here. We're coming into these games. This is 2 road games in a row. The Commanders and now the Colts. We're coming in there and we look unprepared. We look unmotivated to start. We look defeated. We're not, it's almost like we don't trust what's being called. So the players are trying to do too much. And in trying to do too much, they're not doing anything. Case in point, Devin White. Devin White, I mean, God bless him. He tried to get me the over. The over-under was 48, and I picked the over, and we just missed. If we would have kicked that last field goal, I would have been in heaven because, you know what, we were losing the game. I might as well cover my bet. I didn't cover my bet. Whatever. My bookie got my money on that one. I still got the Alex Pereira win, 250 won me 775. You check it out in my link tree if you want. If you want to check it out, all my sponsors and all my social medias are on my link tree in the description. Make sure to use the promo code Soto. But, man, this was a rough day for Devin White. I said in the last show, the Colts did to Devin White what I feel we should have done to Zaire Franklin. Get him open in space, get him receivers over the middle, get him tight ends to really stretch him out in coverage. Devin White during the game gave up 6 for 6 targets. Okay, 6 for 6 targets. Let's see what the actuals are for 46 yards, a 98.6 QBR against. That's pretty much like perfect, right? And he also missed 3 tackles to end it all. Yeah, this is something that was a little bit head scratching. Why was Jermaine Pratt not out there? And I'm not saying that Jermaine Pratt's a game breaker or anything, right? But what I'm looking at here is you have a Devin White who's playing much more snaps that he normally would if Jermaine Pratt was on the field. And he didn't do really well. Hopefully it was just a personal thing. Pete Carroll said, kind of waved it off like, oh, we decided to go with somebody else. Hopefully it's not a personnel thing and it's a personal thing. But, man, Devin White did not look good in coverage. He was actually really poor. And this is one of the reasons why he fell out of favor wherever he's gone. Philadelphia wasn't going to put up with this nonsense. Houston was like, dude, we got a good defense. We don't need you running around here not making plays. And he was making plays initially with Tampa, but the more they put on his plate, the worse he was doing. Let's see what Devin White had to say in the post-game scrum.
Just went out there and made a 3 and out, had a lot of energy, and, just felt like we always, get the ball rolling, but, we just got to close it out, man. We just got to keep it going for 4 quarters, like we always preach. You can't win the game in the first, second, or third quarter. It takes 4. It takes all 4. It takes all hands on deck, everybody knowing the assignment, and just doing the job.
Was there anything that they did that you didn't foresee at all offensively?
I just feel like, we had our opportunities, and I only can speak for a defense. And I feel like third down was a big part of what killed us. And, when you let an offense keep a drive going, that can hurt. And I just feel like we just got to make those plays. We had them in 3rd and 10, a couple third and get off the field.
Right.
And that's money down. We got to go get it. And whether that's just putting on ourselves, making a play, being more aggressive, going to go get the quarterback and speed them up, whatever we do, we just got to be ready as a unit to get the job done. But we was putting ourselves in the best position to be successful, and we just didn't finish.
Do you take that leadership role on now that you said this team needs?
Oh yeah, man. I look in the mirror first with everything. The first thing I do is get on the bus and watch the film, watch it on the plane, and correct myself first before I can just go talk to other people and see how we can get this more together, because we together. Like we don't harp on each other on the field. We don't complain. It's always a next play mentality, because things do happen. They can make plays, we can make plays, but we have to find the missing link to just putting it all together and just gelling and making sure it's one accord. And we got to go from there. But I do put it on myself. I look in the mirror. I lean on other older guys that's been here, and I go talk to the coaches and see what more can I do. How can I help? I just want to help, man. I want to help, and I want to help the younger guys and the guys that's been here. So just stay together. You always got to be positive with everything you're doing. Like I never go into a situation thinking I'm already defeated, and I know my team don't need it. And if they do, I'm gonna put that mentality that, man, we always got a shot. If we out there on that field, we got an opportunity. So what we do with it is what really matters. So I never had no negative mindset when I'm doing anything in life. That's anything. Being a father, being a teammate, being an NFL player, I'm always gonna be positive and try to find a solution. When life throws at you, you just gotta find a solution and fix it. And that's what we on right now. We on a journey of fixing it. But obviously, man, you see how good we start. You see how in it we right there. So however we can just get over that hump, we gonna find a way, because the preparation is there. We prepare at a high level. We meet a lot. We meet extra. We always walking through stuff and making sure we fitting stuff up right. But hey, we just gotta take that extra step.
Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate it.
Well, whatever they got to do, they got to do it fast. All right. This season is quickly slipping away. It's not even 2 months or a month and a half even into the season, and everyone's already like, man, these guys are cooked. 1-4. Let's say we're 2-4. Let's say we're 2-5 going into the bye. That's awful. You need to go what? That's 7 games, and you got 10 left. You need to go 8-2. Realistically, 8-2 the rest of the games in order to make the playoffs. Yeah, man, this is dire right now, and to not have an answer for what's going on, that tells me the coaches are being out schemed, and the players just aren't good enough. They're asking the players to do things that they're not comfortable doing. Now, there's two sides to that. If you as a defensive coordinator are asking your players to do things that your players and your team needs to do in order for your defense to be successful, and they're not capable of doing it, then that's a personnel issue, right? And there's not much you can do about that right now. Your team is there. Maybe you can look at other guys. Maybe you could try other guys, younger players. Maybe might be able to do some things that the older guys can't, or not the older guys, but the other guys can. But ultimately, if you're throwing these guys out there, and these are your guys that you're putting out there for snaps, and they can't do what you're asking them to do on defense, you have to find an answer. You have to change something. You can't keep throwing the same guys out there and having the same problems out there every single week, because this is not the first week that Devin White has had issues covering. This is not the first week that Isaiah Polamau has had trouble covering. This is not the first week that Gino Smith has had issues with ball security. If this keeps happening over and over and over again, now as a coaching staff, you have to look at yourself, because now you are asking your players to do something that they have shown you they cannot do. And you keep asking them to do the same things over and over and over again, ask them to do something different. You need to be more flexible. You need to be more creative. You need to be more fluid, because you're the coaches and you come up with the game plans. The players will come up with the game plans. That's the coach's job. And if the coaches continually ask these players to do things that they cannot execute on the field, then it's now the coach's fault, because the coaches are not getting the best out of their players. Speaking of getting their best, you're always going to get the best from these next two guys, Ashen Genty and Maxx Crosby. Ashen Genty had a nice game. Let's take a look at his stats really quick. Rushing-wise, he only had 67 yards on 14 carries, which is not terrible. And he also had another 5 catches for 42 yards. So he had over 100 yards total in 19 touches. So not bad. Not bad. I would like him to get into the end zone. There was some times when, like Like the first drive of the game, and we're on the 3-yard line, second and goal on the 3, and then you get sacked because you get Gino in shotgun and he gets sacked. Come on, man. Like, you have Ashen Genty there, and you have 2 cracks. If you can't get 3 yards and 2 cracks, I don't know, man. That was just a rough call for me. I know if you guys saw my show yesterday, the post-game show, Pete Carroll mentioned it, and he didn't sound too happy about it. But let's hear what Ashen Genty had to say about the game and about the performance overall.
First drive goes so well, and then I guess what happened, at least on the field, in terms of just not being able to get any momentum after that?
I mean, as an offense, we just didn't finish drives in the red zone. I mean, to me, that's it. You get to the red zone, you got to put points on the board.
What's the solution? I mean, I know you guys are working hard at practice, but to be able to get results going forward.
We just got to get better. I mean, we got to capitalize in the red zone. Right now, I think we're probably one of the worst teams in the red zone. So we got to get better. And on 3rd down, 4th down, we got to be better. So I can't say there's a specific answer. We just got to go back, watch the film, and everybody look in the mirror and see how you can get better.
They got to the ball at the backfield. First play of the game, was that did you kind of know that was going to happen? You get started as a receiver?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously practiced that play all week, and we got the man look that we wanted. I mean, got the linebacker in space, so we were able to capitalize on it.
You guys had such a good drive to start. Is it frustrating not being able to capitalize on, build the momentum off of that?
Definitely. And I mean, moving forward, we just got to continue to get better and, capitalize on opportunities like that.
Well, I think Ashen Genty is saying what we're all thinking. Yeah, you got to finish better in the red zone. Let me kind of, decipher that for you. We need to run the ball more in the red zone. We're passing the ball way too much in the red zone. Just to show you, touchdowns today in the red zone, we were 0 for 4. 4 drives of ours went into the red zone, and we were not able to score not one touchdown. Sacks took us out of range. Interceptions threw it out of range. We are passing the ball way too much in the red zone. We have to run the ball more in the red zone. I don't want to hear this nonsense about, we don't want to wear Ashen Genty out. That's why you have Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert's a capable running back as well. If you feel like you're giving Ashen Genty too many carries throughout the game, then throw Raheem Mostert in there, but don't not run Ashen Genty in the red zone because you're saying you don't want to give him too many carries. You don't want to wear him out for the season. That's why you have other running backs. You only have one on the team. You have 3 at least active for the game. This is what really is upsetting to me about Chip Kelly and his play calling. When we passed in the red zone, nothing good happened. Nothing good happened when we passed in the red zone. Incompletions, sacks, interceptions. It's just, I don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand what our goal is here. Do you want to just be cute and outsmart people, or give your ball to your freaking playmakers? I'm sorry. I've said it from the beginning. I like the Gino Smith trade. I liked it. I thought Gino Smith was a solid quarterback. Not great, solid. He's not a game changer. Ashen Genty is a game changer. You get Ashen Genty, and now if your other game changer on offense, Brock Bowers, is not playing, you only have one, guess what? Give it to your game changer. At least you're getting the ball in your best player's hands. I'm just at a loss. Even more so, how bad we were on offense, we were equally as bad on defense. 8 out of 10. We gave 8 out of 10 third down conversions. And these were long conversions. The defense did a good job on 1st and 2nd down. And one of the big plays was on the second drive of the game of the Colts, the 3rd drive overall. We had just kicked a field goal. It was 3rd and 12. McCullough and Caillou Blue Kelly whiffed on downs, and I allowed him to wiggle. There was 3 guys in front, in between Josh Downs and the 1st down marker. And he still got the 1st down and converted that 3rd down. That was rough, man, because that would have been a punt, and then we would have gotten the ball back up 3. Instead, they kept the ball, and they went and scored a touchdown, and off to the races we go. These 3rd down conversions are huge. Devin White talked about 3rd down conversions. It was something that has been sticking in my head. Whenever the Colts wanted a 3rd down conversion, throw it to Kelly or throw it to Devin White. One of those guys is going to give up a big play. And they did. Or Isaiah pull them out, for that matter. We're not clicking. We're not learning. We're not getting better. This is 5 games into the season now. 5, okay? 5 games in the season, and we're not seeing any steady improvement in any one area. I guess you can say our offensive line is getting a little better. The offensive line played fine. Gino Smith was sacked 4 times, but a couple of those were his fault. Holding the ball too long. Both of Gino's interceptions were from the pocket. He wasn't getting pressure. He wasn't running around. He wasn't running for his life. They were both in a clean pocket. He just made a bad decision. What are you going to do? What can you do? Are you asking these guys to do things they can't do? Or are you asking these guys to do things that they're not doing well on the field? Ask them to do something different then. I like the fact that we were playing off and throwing the ball out wide more instead of throwing the ball over the middle where Gino was throwing the ball away like crazy. But ultimately, the proof is in the pudding, man. The proof is on the field. It's on tape. What are you asking these guys to do that they're not doing properly? And if you can figure it out, then don't ask them to do that anymore. Try something different. And if you're stuck on doing what you want to do, then put someone else in there. Ultimately, that's all you can do. Because if you keep throwing the same guys out there, asking them to do the same thing, and they're showing you time and time again that they can't do it, what's going on here? What are we doing? Are we just trying to lose? I hope not. I hope not, for Pete's sake, for Pete's legacy. I hope not. Speaking of legacy, this is really hurting the legacy of Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby is going to go down, if this continues, as one of the best players on a bunch of terrible teams. Let's hear what Maxx Crosby had to say in his locker room scrum.
Really don't have one. I haven't watched the film, so I just got to watch the film.
Third down seemed to be an issue. I don't know what the final stat was, but as big as the importance of getting them off the field.
Yeah, we didn't do anything good, so it's just not good enough. We got to watch the film, but yeah, it just wasn't good.
Max, when you start off with a 3 and out, and then the offense drives all the way down, it seems like you guys are on the right track, and then all of a sudden, things kind of go sideways. How hard is it to compartmentalize when that happens?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. We want to play complementary football. We started fast, but besides the first 2 series, nothing really went well. So, got to look at the film.
Frustration starting to build at all yet, or is it just got to get to work? Long ways to go.
Just gotta watch the film. That's all we can do.
Bro, Maxx Crosby wanted to strangle that reporter. What are these reporters doing? Like, is frustration? Like, yeah, frustration is starting to build. What kind of question is that? Yeah, frustration is building. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make them more mad? Or are you trying to just get a sound bite? There's plenty to report on. The Raiders are absolutely terrible. They're one of the worst teams in the league. They're one of the worst teams on defense on third down. They're one of the worst teams offensively in the red zone. They're one of the worst teams on special teams. They're one of the worst teams in turning the ball over. And you want to get more? You want something else? Man, these reporters could just, they almost made me cuss. These guys almost made me cuss. These reporters do better. Or you're trying to bait Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby's a professional. He almost gave you what you wanted. He almost did. And if I was Maxx Crosby, I would have given you a little something else. Be better, man. Do better. That was absolutely ridiculous. Gino Smith is a guy that is much better than he's playing. And I do think that there is something going on with Gino Smith that he is having trouble with as far as his reads. Because when I look at his stats, they don't look terrible. But when I watch the game, it doesn't seem like they're matching up. Because it's the big plays. It's the plays that count. It's the third downs. It's the third down sacks that he's taken. It's the interceptions deep in our territory. It's all this stuff that he's doing that's not complimentary. It's not smart football. This is one of the issues that I had with Derek Carr. And I'm not banging on Derek Carr, but one of the issues I had with Derek Carr is he had a lot of fluff stats. He had a lot of stats when we were behind, and we had to throw over and over and over again, and he inflated his stats. One thing that he didn't inflate was his touchdown passes, and that's the same thing going on here with Gino Smith. No touchdown passes again. Another game without scoring a touchdown. That's 2 games now where we did not score touchdowns. You're supposed to be a veteran. You're supposed to be a guy that comes out there and is a calming influence. You're supposed to be a guy that knows how to take care of the football. You're supposed to be a guy that's a 70% completion guy, 250 yards plus, touchdowns, 2-1 over interceptions. And this is the second game in 5 that you didn't score a touchdown. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Gino Smith needs to be better. When you watch him drop back, he's a statue. He's staring down his receivers. He's not surveying the entire field. I don't understand what's going on here. This is something that, look, he's not reading the defense well. He's locking in on his targets. He's holding onto the ball way too long. Basically, he's a rookie quarterback without the upside and without the cheap contract. That's what rookie quarterbacks do, even the good ones. Basically, he's a rookie that's costing way too much, and it doesn't have the upside because he's 36 years old. At this rate, put Pickett in there. At least he's a former first-round pick. Maybe you can see what he's got. My issue is we're continuing to do the same things over and over again, and we're not doing them well. So what happens is we're asking the team to do the same thing, but we're just vanillaing it down, and we're making it more and more bland. When you do that, you become more predictable, and you get easier to defend. And this team is showing you they are not capable of doing what you're asking them to do. So what's the solution? Be more creative. Try something different. I'm sure the playbook is plenty big enough to try something new that they haven't tried already. But to ask them to do the same things over and over again and it's not working, these are your players. This is your team. We need to reevaluate who's playing and who's not. Because if these are your best guys in your eyes and then they're going on the field and they're not producing, maybe you should put some different guys in there. I've known plenty of guys like that who are practice Hall of Famers. Being in the fight game, you see these guys who are killers in training, and then they go out and they take a dump during the fights. We have to identify those types of people who are crumbling during the game time, who are crumbling under the big lights, and try something different. Because mathematically, we're not out of it. We're pretty much out of it right now, but mathematically, we can still make some things happen. It's weird to say we got, 12 games left. We have to go 9-3. If we go 9-3, we can make the playoffs, but we're not going to go 9-3 by losing to the Titans next week. So hopefully we see something different next week, because if we're just asking them to do the same thing and we see Gino and shotgun over and over again, trying to whip the ball around the field, that's not how this team's going to be successful. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Really appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to this video. It's an excellent way to support the channel. It's absolutely free. And it's the bare minimum you can do to support the channel, besides doing nothing, just watching the video. On top of that, we have the Shield Society. Guys, if you want to join the Shield Society, it's pretty cool, man. It's a membership. It's $5 a month. What you get, some cool perks. You get some freebies from me. If you're in the Shield Society and I haven't gotten your info, DM me, please. Make sure to give me your info. I'm going to send you guys some freebies. It's just Shield Society, stuff that I'm not even selling. On top of that, you get the videos right away. You don't have to wait. And you get to be on the live watch party with me, my analysis, hear me, watch me cry when the Raiders get their butts kicked, but also cheer if they were to win again. And you have a chance to be on screen yourself for all of the Shield Society to be able to say what's up to the guys, give your takes, give your analysis. Who else is going to give you that? Again, it's only $5 a month. If you can swing it and you want to do it, great. If not, or you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm still giving you guys a video every single day. Now, I need you guys to please tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas, tell everybody. Raiders versus the world is the greatest thing going in Raider Nation today. All right, guys, that's my time. Till next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.